Welcome to the second module in the plantain farming course. If you've not watched the first module, please go back to do that. In this module, we would be addressing the ideal areas for plantain cultivation in Nigeria and Africa at large. At the end of this module, you would know the places that are best for planting plantain in Nigeria and across Africa. You would also understand the soil, climate, and the altitude preference for plantain plants. And lastly, identify opportunities for farmers like you in this region. Now let's focus on the climate and environmental condition. Plantains like tropical climate. So this is between 26 to 30. It means that plantains do not thrive in very cold environment. They like humidity of 70, but then they like to stay up at least 1,200 meters above sea level. So that means lowland areas are not good places for plantain. Speaking to Nigerian ecosystem, southern Nigeria are usually the best spot for plantain. So we talk about Ogun State in Nigeria, and that's because it has fertile soil, consistent rainfall, and favorable temperature for the plantain growth. Ekiti is also very good because it is rich in volcanic soil and ideal drainage with good rainfall. Ondo State is known for its humid tropical climate condition. So because of the humid nature, it is ideal for plantain farming. Now when we come down to the southeast and the south part of Nigeria, Abia State is good because it has high rainfall and slightly acidic soil that makes it good for the plantain. Rivers State is also very good because it has that abundant rainfall, the temperature, it has the good soil, and the soil has good organic matter. Cross River is also amazing, and Akwa Ibom State has very fertile land for general good agricultural practices. Benue State is the food basket of the nation in Nigeria, so they have rich soil and very good for plantain farming. When you look at it from an African perspective, Ghana sits on the top. Ghana has good rainfall, good tropical climate, ideal for large scale plantain farming. Same thing with Ivory Coast in Cote d'Ivoire, right? They have fertile soil for this. And Nigeria, as we have discussed, the southern part and the middle belt region of Nigeria are good. In Central Africa, Cameroon and Gabon are good. And that's because of their weather condition. And for Gabon, because they're on the coastal plain, they are above the sea level, they are very, very good. In East Africa, Uganda and Kenya are the best place for plantain. So we're talking about the good rainfall that Uganda has. And for Kenya, because they sit along the coastal and western region, they have good climate and soil weather condition. In Southern Africa, Mozambique and Ethiopia are the best places for you. Ethiopia because they have high rainfall, right? And they have volcanic soil. And Mozambique, the northern and southern parts are great because of their tropical condition. What is the benefit of farming in this location that we have mentioned? Optimal growth. So it doesn't mean that you cannot farm in other places that are not mentioned. It's just that you have better optimal growth when you farm in these places, and there are economic opportunities there because these places are already known with the good weather condition for this. There is high market demand for plantains from those locations, and sourcing labor is a lot easier because there are so many people that are already farming around here, so getting labor is easy. And lastly, strategic for distribution, right? So these locations are close to big towns where you can market this product, and because they're already known with good weather condition, people usually come there to market this produce. So you realize in these locations that I have identified, there are markets known for this agricultural produce, so distributions and sale is a lot easy. Now there are few challenges I want you to consider. In the remote areas of this location, right, distribution is always an issue. There are also issues of pest and diseases. So weevils are there. There's what they call the Panama diseases that affect plantain. You also get to face that. Now there are issues where because of soil erosion, poor land management of people around, it can affect your plantain. But in all, Staying around places where there are similar people farming the same agricultural produce will overall help you achieve your goal. And that is why these challenges are easier to address when you are living or planting around co-farmers. In conclusion, the ideal locations are southern Nigeria, Ghana, Cameroon, Uganda are some of the best locations in Africa. These regions offer good climate, soil condition, and a major takeaway for you here is that you need to understand the environmental condition of the place where you are selecting your plantain, so that it helps you know that places where the weather are exactly cold, you know how to water your plantain in those areas, and places where it is extremely hot, you also know how to provide water to your plantain to balance the need. I also want you to carry as a take home from this call that the market opportunities in this region are higher. So when you place or set up your farming business out of this location, you really have to think deep around how to market this produce. Thank you for coming to the end of this class, and I'll see you in the next module.